High ticket marketing agencies in 2025, like literally just don't work. And that's honestly the truth. If you're a high ticket $2,000 to $3,000 a month marketing agency and you're just getting started, trying to get an SMMA going, and you're trying to charge someone $2,000 plus their ad spend a month, right? If you're just getting started, like I'm not saying that Facebook ads don't work, digital marketing doesn't work, but like the traditional agency model, the SMMA, right? When people hear that word, what do they think of? Partnering with business owners, running their ads, and charging them a few grand a month to do so. But if you're a new, and I'm not just, this isn't just going to be like an SMMA rant video. I'm going to show you something business that I'm currently running right now. And the reason that, the high ticket agency is just a tough model to run now, especially if you're like just getting started, if this is kind of like the first vehicle that you're using to make money online, if you don't have any testimonials, any case studies, like any proof or results to leverage when you're going out and looking for clients, one, it's going to be just very difficult to sign them. You're not going to sign a client for over $2,000 a month without any case studies. So you're going to need to have a guarantee, right? Like you're going to have to say, and this is like, this would work, but just with the way that the market is right now, like all these guarantees that these companies are making, I used to always wonder, like, people are like, oh, you need a better offer. You need a guarantee. It's not going to work without a guarantee. Basically exactly what I'm saying right now. And I would sit there and I'd be like, well, how the hell are these companies, how are they fulfilling on these guarantees? Like, it makes sense. Like, of course, a random person is not going to get someone to pay them for the first time without like a guarantee or a proof that they can do it. And I was like, how do they fulfill on these guarantees? Like, am I missing something? And I think that's like the loop that a lot of people get caught in. They're like, am I missing something? Right? And then they watch like 100 YouTube videos and they get sucked into the wormhole and they're like looking for the answer. But the answer is that they just don't fulfill on it, which then puts the buyers in this constant cycle of, okay, they're getting pitched by agencies all day, every day. So they already hate them for that. And then, they work with one or whatever and they have a guarantee and they don't fulfill on it. Then they now hate all agencies. Like a lot of the time, it takes much longer than a month to see results from Facebook advertising. And typically, if you're going out, again, if you're just getting started and you can't target like massive businesses who have like, people under them and agents and, all this where you can supply their entire business with leads. If you're just like working with a small business, like a home service business, they're just not going to be able to spend $2,000 on a retainer and then another $2,000 on ads and then have month 2 hit, not have any deals close because they'd have to close like if they're say a plumber or a roofer or in solar, like they need a deal to close to cover that ad spend to then reinvest into month 2. If they go like, okay, month 1, they don't close the deal. And again, this isn't your fault as a marketing agency because it just like there is a sales cycle with anything online. Like when you're running ads, like there's always going to be some form of a sales cycle. So it is very difficult in month 1 generate like crazy results. They get a massive return on their ad spend because there's just like no way they're going to rebuild. You're not going to be able to retain those clients unless they're getting results immediately because they, month 2 hits. Okay, now they're $8,000 in the hole. So it's very hard to retain and keep those high ticket clients on. And it's just like very difficult to sign them in the beginning without case studies or crazy guarantees that are very difficult to fulfill on. Because then if you bring them on and say you have someone pay you for 2-3 months and you're working with them, and then they don't get the results that they're looking for because they probably have some like crazy expectation in their head of what they expect from you to deliver as the expert here, right? Not only are they going to cancel, they're going to charge you back. So then you get charged back all that money. So you work for 3 months for free, you lose the client, and you lose all the money. It seems like it'd be way easier to handle 5 clients at $2,000 a month than it would be to handle 50 clients at $200 a month, right? For the same amount of cash collected. But I can tell you from personal experience, it is way easier to handle 50 clients at $200 a month. That's kind of what we're going to get into here. Like that's the alternative business model that I would recommend is running instead of a high ticket agency style model is a lower ticket SaaS model. Now it's going to be It's going to be easier to sign and retain clients. The only difference here is that it's going to take longer, right? Like you could go out and you could, if you're grinding, you could sign 5 high ticket clients like in a week. If you're looking to bring on 50 new users at $200 a month, like it's just going to take longer if you're doing it organically, but the stick rate is going to be way higher. And it's just going to be like much easier to run on a day-to-day basis. Much higher levered play that you can make as a business owner, because like the business can just operate without you doing all the work on a day-to-day basis. Like you don't have to talk to every single one of your clients. You don't have to run their ads for them. You don't have to constantly be making new creatives. Now, this isn't to say like you can definitely bring on clients with the SaaS model like quick. You are going to have to run paid ads and either do one-to-one sales calls or do a live webinar like once or twice a week. Right now, that's what we're doing. We do a live webinar once a week. So we load that with, typically it costs us like 15 to 20 bucks to get a person registered for that. But you know, when you're running paid ads, like the whole idea here is to acquire customers at $0 spend. So to break even on that ad spend in month one. Right? So say you spend $2,000 a week and you're getting appointments for 20 bucks, right? So you have 100 people registered. What we see, typically a 50% show rate with a webinar once a week. You got 50 people. Now we've been seeing around a 20% conversion at $199. Those are the numbers we need to hit to be able to cover our ad spend, bring those clients on at $0, and then add that recurring revenue month after month, right? To show you that we actually do this, and I'm not just going on an on an SMMA rant here. All right, so to show you guys that, you know, that this actually works, aside from just the price and charging a small amount of people a large amount of money, like you want to charge a large amount of people much lower ticket. So now, you know, the game really becomes, okay, well, how do I make this SaaS? How do I make my software, and the software we're using, we're just white labeling HighLevel and adding a bunch of things on it and some additional value props. Say you were going after roofers, right? And you want to give them a CRM and an ads launcher so they can launch their own ads through HighLevel or through your roofer, let's call it like roofer team. Like it's the roofer team software, right? So now all the roofers are like, oh, there's this software out there called the roofer team. It has all these automations built out for roofers. This is what you would go in and build out. It has funnels and website templates for roofers. It has an ads launcher where I can go in and, you know, roofers can launch ads. You can upload ads in there, ad creatives that they can use. You just took HighLevel and rebranded it, made it niche specific, like niched it down to roofers. So now there's this new software out there that roofers can use, and it's literally just HighLevel, but a different name and like a few other things on top of that. So there you go. You just built a SaaS for roofers. But you know what we do, we try to take it even further than that. Like we build it all out. We have a private community. We offer weekly coaching calls. We do group onboarding calls. So that's kind of like more of an incentive to use our SaaS. Like, so if you're a business owner looking to run your own ads and not pay a high ticket agency, that's also an angle you can use to sell your SaaS, is like, hey, you don't need to work with a high ticket agency. We're going to give you all the tools, everything they use to generate leads. We're going to give that to you at a fraction of the cost, so you can do it yourself. You have full control over everything, and it's way cheaper. Like it's all the money you'd be spending on this agency, you can just put into your own ad spend, and it's like it's going to work 100 times better. But yeah, now these business owners, they know that they can do what the agencies do with this new software. And if you offer them like coaching calls, if you offer them onboarding calls, if you offer them like support, if you put them on like we just have a school community for everyone. So it's like a no-brainer if you're looking to do that, right? Like if you have a business where you are looking to run ads and generate your own leads, like it's an absolute no-brainer if you're in our niche, to use our software. So that's kind of like how you have to approach it. But I just wanted to use this video to compare like the new, it's not a new model, but what I think works better in 2025 compared to a high ticket agency, and just explain from my experience what I've seen. So there's probably a lot of you who have even like either run an agency or have been in like the SMMA world, and this resonates. You're like, yeah, you know, dealing with like these high ticket clients, they're usually the one doing all the work if you're just running a traditional agency, like a traditional ads agency for like service businesses. Camera's about to die here, so I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Like the video for me, subscribe to the channel. We're posting new videos here every single week. And yeah, if you guys want to join our private SaaS community on School, I'll leave it in the description below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.